I chose to demonstrate the Smart Notebook lesson on plants today because I just really liked the different pieces of this particular lesson. This first page shows just different illustrations of plants. I thought that this page would be a great page to brainstorm on. Maybe children could bring in some prior knowledge about some soil. Maybe they know already that it has minerals. And if you wanted to, you could move your word to the soil. I'll move it over here. And then if you wanted to highlight the word soil, you could do that and change the color of the word to whatever you chose or choose. And then soil has minerals. You can manipulate this word down here. You could change the font size or whatever you want to do. So this would be a great page to brainstorm on. And then you have some links for teacher notes that takes you to a Word document, and you could write down some notes about maybe what the children's prior knowledge is, and you could refer back to that. And just type in there whatever you want, and it also gives a brief overview of the lesson for each page. I'm going to save this today. So then the second page, when you're finished with that, is across the curriculum. You could do a handwriting lesson on different words that have to do with plants. And you can use this method with the mouse to write the word. You could use your finger, or you could use the smart pen. Then to erase, if you wanted to erase it. You could also use a magic pen that disappears. If you wanted to put a little bit of a challenge for the children to write the letter correctly. It's not a great example, but it's a little bit better to write it correctly before the letter fades away. So that's just one little way of using some of the tools. And then after you use the handwriting, go on to the next page, and you have a little page that has to do with the flower and labeling the different parts of the flower. And I'll scroll down to the roots, and you just bring each word over to its correct place. You have to grab a hold of that and just place it there, and you just continue until you're finished labeling that flower. Then the next page is probably one of my favorite pages. You have some pictures at the bottom that you need to put your life cycle together for your plant, and it has some auditory to it.
A seed is planted into the ground.
And you just go around to each of the 5 parts of the cycle and listen to the auditory.
A seedling sprouts through the soil.
That would be this one. And you just continue to go around until you're finished with your life cycle of the plant. I liked that auditory in there because I think it's so helpful for some children. Okay, and this is also an auditory. It reads the passage to you, or the teacher could read it with the class, or the class could read it.
A seed is a little package.
Okay, and you just tap it again to stop it. And then you would go to the next page and answer some questions about your passage. And I thought it would be nice to use the little flower pen, and you can just put a little dot next to the answer. And if you wanted to erase that, of course you can. So you could circle it with the regular pen if you wanted to, however you decide to have the children answer the question. Okay, then you have your next page. You want to go to, and it is a conglomerate of different things. Most of them are click and drags, so I'm not going to go through each one of them. There are 5. This one I liked. You click and drag the roots to the roots, the leaves to leaves, but I like this because it also labels the different parts of your illustration. And then when you're finished, because it's like a page within a page and there are 5 pieces to it, you go back to your home page. This one, activity, is one of my favorites. Here is the seed. Click on what you need first. First you need the pot. And if you get it right, it gives you a little congratulatory message. You need your soil. Then you need your seed, and the seed automatically goes in there. And then your water. But I'm going to do this out of order. And that's the message if you get it wrong. And then water. And then your sun. So that's just a quick overview of the lesson on plants for this notebook lesson. And I think the children would really enjoy it. And then you could go back to the beginning and do a quick review of first what they brainstormed and then maybe what they learned when you're finished with the lesson. So that concludes the demonstration. Thank you.